And this man's dream? To be the fastest blind drag car racer in the world.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Coming up next on tonight's CBS Evening News, call it blind ambition. A remarkable race driver defies the odds. As Lance Armstrong proved, battling back from cancer to win 7 consecutive Tours de France, whatever the sport, a true competitor will never stop trying, regardless of the obstacle. And that's tonight's Sunday cover, a few laps with the race car mechanic who's forced skeptics to see him in a whole new light.
There's nothing like it.
Drag racing assaults the senses.
It's just awesome.
Screaming engines pound eardrums. Exhaust stings the eyes.
When the cars go down the track, you can feel it in your gut.
Off the track, pit crews scramble to prepare their dragsters for peak performance.
It's controlled chaos. Oh!
In the middle of this mayhem is crew chief Jay Blake. This is his car, his team. He's a hands-on kind of guy. Not just because he's the boss, but because he's blind.
When I'm in the pit area, I don't use a stick. And I guess you might say I don't look blind. I am, but I move around and see with my hands.
The former truck mechanic from Cape Cod lost his sight 8 years ago when a tire exploded in his face.
Surgeons worked for 10.5 hours to rebuild my face and eventually implant 2 glass eyes. So I have lost total sight, total sense of smell, and total taste.
But Blake retained his appetite for adrenaline and his ability to tinker. In the middle of his nightmare, Blake decided to chase a childhood dream. He bought a race car.
After being that close to death, I figured, what do I have to lose?
He asked me if I would drive for him after I told him he was crazy and nuts and everything. He says, yeah, but if I do it, will you drive? And I said, yes, I'll drive.
Where the hell did Jack go?
So Jay and his brother Jim hit the road with the Follow a Dream team. Their mission? Win races while driving a message.
You can do anything you put your mind to. You just got to go for it.
People really don't believe he is totally blind and living in darkness. And they get inspired when they realize it.
Every day you wake up, you have 2 choices. To have a good day or a bad day.
Off the track, Blake revs up groups around New England. On this day, offering advice to visually impaired teens.
The hardest part is not being able to see people. But when people see me working on the car, it shocks people to the point where their eyes and ears are open. So when I speak, they listen.
Even his competition is blown away.
I don't think he's got to say too much to motivate. He's in there working on that car and trying the best he can, to do what the Lord has dealt with him, and does a heck of a job.
Get it.
Last April, this dream team won its first national race. Now Jay Blake has another goal. Give new meaning to the phrase, blinding speed.
The dream is to be the fastest blind man in the world.
Just to be clear, he means the fastest blind man behind the wheel.
He'll get on a little motorcycle, he'll drive it around, do wheelies, he'll water ski. He won't stop anything.
This guy's just driven, you know what I mean? This is my heart, my soul, and everything else. I'm the man with a vision. I just don't have sight.
Another man who defines living strong.